Hey.
Something you need, Mum?
Hey, Codsworth.
What is it, Mum?
How do you think things are between us?
A bit uncertain these days, I'm afraid. It's as if I no longer recognize you sometimes. I can't imagine the woman I once knew making the choices you do today.
How do you feel about our relationship?
I'm afraid that's a bit of an unknown, Mum. You're no longer the woman I knew who went into that vault 200 years ago.
How do you feel about our relationship?
Well, things could always be better, Mum. It would be nice to see you back to your old self again.
How do you feel about us?
A difficult inquiry, Mum. I wonder the same thing myself. Things have certainly changed, and not for the better.
How do you feel about us?
Hard to tell, Mum. I feel we're more acquaintances than anything these days. You just haven't been yourself lately.
Codsworth.
Mum, I simply must speak with you.
All right, Codsworth. What is it?
It's quite simple, really. While the idea of taking a scolding tone to an adult appalls me, you leave me little choice. Mum, I have watched you plummet from a woman of compassion to a mere heathen. If I didn't know you before the war, I'd say you were no better than the raiders that blight the Commonwealth today. I don't want to abandon you, but you would certainly be forcing my hand.
And what would you do, Codsworth? Trim a dying bush for the rest of your life?
Well, not a dying one, of course. There are plenty who would appreciate a few extra hands. Mum, all I ask is that you reconsider your actions. The good people out there are the only hope for the Commonwealth, and you used to be the best of them.
Hey.
Miss Gray, another is already in the works.
How do you feel about us?
Let's just say my disappointment in you runs deep. You've completely abandoned the kind woman I once knew. You've taken up the life of some fiendish criminal and seem dead set on bringing as much misery and suffering to the Commonwealth as possible. If you can't manage to piece yourself back together again, I'm afraid a time will come when you'll leave me no choice but to part ways.
How do you feel about us?
Not good, Mum. Not good at all. And unless you change your sordid ways, there'll be no fixing it either.
How do you think things are between us?
It pains me that you ask as if you don't know. You traipse about like a criminal and expect all to be forgiven. Quite the opposite, Mum. Keep it up and you'll be traveling alone.
What do you think about our relationship?
Since you're inquiring, as if you actually plan on listening, I must admit, I'm quite disgusted with you right now. You're like a lawless child running amok in the Commonwealth. No morals, no care for those around you, not even a code to speak of. It's as if you're intentionally driving everyone away, including yours truly, and believe me, it's proving to be quite effective.
What are your thoughts on our relationship?
I dare say there is much left to be desired. I set out to protect a friend I admired, and instead find myself with a stranger I despise. Get it together, Mum, or your path lies alone.
Hey.
Can I you again? And I was in such a good mood.
Are things all right between us?
I believe this subject is, as they say, played out, Mum. Now, if you'll please leave me be, I'd like to carry on ignoring you.
What are your thoughts on our relationship?
As if you don't already know. Really, Mum.
How do you feel about us?
Dwelling in the past, Mum, must I remind you that any sense of friendship or even friendly acquaintance was destroyed by your very hand?
What do you think about our relationship?
Is this some sort of joke, Mum? I'm really not amused.
How do you feel about our relationship?
Were you actually asking my thoughts on a subject? That really is quite new.
What are your thoughts on our relationship?
Were you actually asking my thoughts on a subject? That really is quite new.
That was it.
All right, then.
Hey, Codsworth.
Mum, I cannot remain silent on this. I must speak with you.
Is there a problem, Codsworth?
The fact that you even need to ask is very telling, Mum. I've viewed your actions through a rose-colored lens for long enough. It's time I accepted the truth. This is no hero's quest to exhume the Commonwealth from the ashes of atomic war. This is a farce, and I will no longer be a part of it.
Codsworth, what can I do? Tell me how I can fix this. Please, stay. You're all I have. The only good thing left.
Mum, if that's true, then of course I'll stay. Just do try to turn your life around. Any further slip-ups, and it's a true farewell. So, shall we journey forth then, Mum?
Don't be hasty, Codsworth. Think this through. I can change.
Change? Yes, I quite believe that. For the better? No. That time has long passed.
But we're family, Codsworth, aren't we? Family sticks together.
A nice try, Mum, but there are no words to repair this damage. You have been warned countless times, yet still insist on going too far. Farewell, Mum. If only the husband could see you now.
Codsworth.
I have nothing to say to you. Oh, it's you. Don't you have some lives to ruin? Shouldn't you be off tormenting the good people of the Commonwealth? Apologies, Mum, but I've no longer any desire to speak to one such as yourself.
Hey, Codsworth.
Don't you have someone else to bother? Is it too much to ask to be left alone? Oh, please do us both a favor and run along now, will you? Mum, to be blunt, nothing would please me more than to never see your face again.
Codsworth.
You again? And I was in such a good mood, too. Mum, to be blunt, nothing would please me more than to never see your face again.